Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me today. So, on my timeline lately, I've been noticing in a very nostalgic way, or even more of a celebratory way, the return of the Celine Phantom. And it's not just random throwback posts. I'm seeing some amazing creators, people I love to follow. I'll link them down below, but Lela, Sophia, Street Sophisticato, Kenny, Paloma, many more are taking out their phantoms. It feels like it's 2011 all over again, and it's happening. And of course, there was the latest Celine collection where we saw this on the runway. Now we're seeing it on a cultural level. A$AP Rocky was just spotted with one. Meryl Streep is wearing this flat tote version for The Devil Wears Prada 2. K-pop stars are also wearing this. I've been seeing multiple articles post about this. This is a very beloved bag. Of course, there was the reissue of this bag, but it wasn't a straight reissue. It now has a flap, it's got the zipper, and of course that signature smile. Not all styles have the smile. It's also in a more east-west proportion, feels very contemporary in terms of silhouette. Feels like when I look at this bag, a deliberate departure from, I think, a lot of these types of bags we've been seeing of the past few years. I'm thinking of like these kinds of like bigger workhorse bags like the Margot, whether it be like the actual Margot or even styles inspired by it, all different levels from Prada to Coach to Cause. Which leads me to my next point. People would say like the Margot is like, quote, the next Birkin. I think, of course, the Birkin is its own cultural phenomenon. If we think about recent news, it's beyond replacement, but I do think the Margot, if anything, aimed to fill the gap left by the Celine Phantom. Of course, the Margot, it's a great daily kind of carry-all workhorse bag. If you need to carry a lot of things, get in the way of a work bag or an overnight bag, which was the original function of a Birkin. And of course, Jane Birkin wore this bag in such a casual way. For her, it was like a travel bag that she could beat around, diaper bag. The bag was intended to suit the lifestyle of Jane Birkin, but I think you look at the state of luxury YouTube right now, the Birkin and Kelly especially have become these like pinnacle bags for many people. Not everybody, but a lot of people. Interesting because this bag, the intention behind it was to be worn in a very carefree, casual kind of way. And I think that's where like the Margot was also able to kind of like swoop in and appeal to that, just the way the Phantom appealed to that. It lends itself to that same kind of robust workhorse sort of bag that you can wear in like an everyday casual way and let it age with you. But the Phantom, it's different in silhouette. Of course, the sides flare out. Of course, you can bring them in if you want something that looks a little bit more sort of formal. I think the signature silhouette is the wings out. And with this bag being revamped, it's ready to, I think, assert itself as that workhorse bag. I think it's no surprise that the Row recently, last year, the end of last year, came out with the Margot sister, which is the Marlowe with the wings. It's also interesting to think that when Phoebe Philo left Celine 2018 and her bags during the Eddie era were phased out, the Margot also came out in 2018. And there was like a period of it gradually rising, but then it had a major uptick probably last year and a half. And it really did fill that void. And even if we just think about the dominant bigger bags since the Celine Phantom, I think about in 2018, the release of the Dior book tote. And then we saw other bags like the Louis Vuitton On the Go or the Marc Jacobs tote bags. The book tote inspired a lot of these luxury brands to kind of create these bags that really were popular during the pandemic. Alphar was doing this way before these type of styles were also very popular. And I think sort of this like winged shape style wasn't really a dominant silhouette the way it was in like the early 2010s. And I also think this may not be a style for everybody. I just don't think everybody is going to be into like the bigger bags. Although we did see on the runway, they did bring out the Phantom in like a smaller proportion because it never had that proportion. There was the NANO Luggage before, but the very popular styles were like the medium Phantom, the mini Luggage, which is a very large bag. But one thing about these bags is there is more weight on them. I think the Margot, in contrast, because it's fabric lined, it's actually a very lightweight bag. Similar kind of functionality, like a bag that you can top carry, crook of the arm. There is going to be a shoulder strap on these newer ones, so that is interesting. I wonder how comfortable that will be and how that will look, how that would affect the shape of the bag. I'm curious to see. Going back to this bag was very popular, but a lot of people did not like the robot face, but I actually love Michael Ryder's humor and how he leaned further into that by actually putting a smile on the face. Another thing about this bag though is prices are very high. 2025 price inflation is going to be felt with this bag. Tour of Anthropology did a really great breakdown on pricing. I'm gonna link his video down below. It's also noteworthy, while this bag is from the Printemps 2026 collection, this in terms of timeline, it's actually gonna be released more like it's a resort 2026 collection. So it's gonna be available come holiday season, come November. These bags are gonna be made available. However, if you do prefer the OG, the prices on the secondhand market are so much better. I do think there is going to be a rise, so with a lot of these kinds of reissues. So if you don't want to spend the 4350 USD or 5300 USD for the large, for the newer styles, check the pre-love market. But in terms of marketing, it is a very smart move. Going back to the Margot, I think while the Margot and these styles are very similar in terms of being great workhorse bags, the vibes are different to me. The obvious smile adds a completely different persona emoji on the bag, but even just during the old Celine era, these bags were offered in more experimental styles, very bright colors. Sometimes you might see the Margot in brighter colors, but things like patterns, like the primary colors. With this current era of Celine, they're going for this heavy use of primary colors. I think while the old Celine Phantom could appeal to the minimalist customer, and the blacks, the neutrals, it also came in very bright contrasting colors, materials. If you want something that is just a little bit more of a statement, I think Celine wants to be able to offer that. Again, I'm someone that loves the Margot, but I think this is a smart move to offer something to this market that maybe wants more of a statement bag. And I think the way that this bag has been transformed, I think aligns with Michael Ryder's current era, what he's going for at the brand. Of course, with a reissue like this, they're banking on commercial success, especially with putting this bag on fashion icons like ASAP Rocky, Meryl Streep, K-pop stars, etc. But you know, one thing that I feel I've just been really enjoying about the reissue more than anything is seeing people take this bag out of their closets and wearing this bag because it's truly their style. I think about a creator like Kenny, who is someone I've been following on YouTube for years for his love for old Celine, wear this bag. Lela Sophia, again, I will link her down below. Her Phantom bags are stunning. She just has such incredible style. And I just really want to emphasize this point. While there are more celebrities and more of these kind of fashion figures wearing these bags, that is something that a lot of these LVMH brands and these like luxury conglomerate brands do and engage in. And you know, we're definitely going to see more like influencers wear this bag. There's something just about seeing people wear this bag in an organic way. People just taking out this bag that they once loved, or maybe they're picking this bag up on the pre-love market for a deal. I just find it most interesting to see this approach to styling, and that's why I think it's really cool to see this bag come back. But yes, anyways guys, that's my video for today. Thank you so much for joining me in another one, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.